Today, UFC Vegas 93 goes down this Saturday night in the Apex. And let's just say it's gonna be a tough hang. It's gonna be a rough watch. Times will be hard. Tears will be shed as you look outside and everyone else is out enjoying their Saturday while you sit at home watching this lonely UFC card. Nah, I'm just kidding. We're going to try to make it as fun as possible. Nevertheless, welcome to another episode of Matter of Fact MMA. What's up? What's happening? Let's go. What's up, guys? We right back at it, right back with it. It's your boy Matt. We getting ready to get into, if you will, the UFC Vegas 93 card, which in the main event, as I check my Nizzos on my Fizzone, that's an old joke if y'all been watching me for that long, Alex Perez steps in there with Tetsuro Taira in the main event at flyweight. This is the number 5 versus the number 19, being Tetsuro Taira, ranked fighter. So, I'm actually kind of excited for this main event because we've all been watching Tetsuro Taira. We've seen his come up. We've seen his rise. And Alex Perez is going to be a really, really huge test for him. I mean, this guy's number 5. And on top of that, we all know that the UFC is trying to get a deeper into the Chinese market than what they already have with Zhang Weili and numerous other fighters. So this is going to be very interesting because if he's able to pull this off, I'm not sure if he would take Perez's ranking at number 5 and skip everyone, but he's definitely going to move up and he might end up taking that ranking spot of being number 5. So with that being said, this is going to be a really big fight, really huge fight. Now, I can see by the odds makers, they're giving the fight, Tetsuro Taira is the favorite in this bout. I'm honestly going to go along with that as well. I think that Alex Perez definitely is a really good fighter. He's coming off of a huge knockout win in his last fight. But I really think that Tetsuro Taira is going to be able to go out there, put a pace on him. He's outstanding in the grappling. He's outstanding in wrestling. And he's got hands on the feet. Also, what I like about him is he has a fire when he strikes. Like, if you hit Taira with a few shots, he fires back. Like he seems like he might have that dog in him. You know what I'm saying? He really fights back, when he's challenged. So he's definitely a guy that has some fire in him that goes out there and he definitely wants to win the fight. So my pick for this one is going to be Tetsuro Taira for the win. I definitely believe that this is his time. He's on the come up, and it will be tremendous to see where he goes after that. And I'm not saying that this is going to be his next fight or anything like that. But can you imagine if he beats Alex Perez? Can you imagine a fight between him and Manel Kape? That would be outstanding. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm going along with Taira to get the win. Next, we have Ikram Aleskirov stepping in there with Antonio Tricali. Man, I'm going to go along with Ikram on this one. Tricali, this looks to be his first fight in the UFC. Let's see. Yeah, this looks to be like it's going to be his debut in the UFC. And, I mean, Ikram is it's a tall task to be your first fight, at least on the main card of a UFC fight. So, man, I'm going to have to go along with Ikram to go out there and get the win. Of course, we all know he has tremendous wrestling, pretty good on the feet as well. Let's see, let me just check. His last win was against Warley Alves. I'm going to go along with Ikram to go out there and get the win. Oh, this card is going to be a rough one. Next, we have Timmy Kumba stepping in there with Lucas Almeida. I mean, a lot of these fights, bro, they're going to be kind of a toss up. Man, I really don't feel any type of way either way about this fight. Timmy's coming off of a loss to Okai. Um, I'm, ugh, let's see. Lucas is coming off a loss to Andre Feely. Uh, I'm gonna lean toward what the odd makers are saying. I'm gonna go along with Timmy, who is shown to be the favorite in this one. Next we have Douglas Silva DeAndre stepping in there with Miles Johns. Okay, so I'm gonna go against the odds makers on this one. I'm actually gonna pick Douglas De Silva to go out there and get the win here. I've always liked him as a fighter. I know he's been up, he's been down. It's not like he's going to put together this tremendous win streak. But I've always liked his style. He's tough. He's hard to get out of there. He looks like he's built out of granite, chiseled out of granite. You know what I'm talking about. Looks good getting off the bus. Pause. So I'm going to go along with him to go out there and get the win over Miles Johns. Because Miles Johns is always, if anything, inconsistent. So I'm going to go along with Douglas Silva DeAndrade to go ahead and get the win. Next, this will probably be a really good fight. We have Asu Almabayev. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, sir. Stepping in there with Jose Johnson. Man, this one is another one. This one's going to be a tough call because it's a matter of, can Jose Johnson go out there and put the hands on him, put them paws on him, and get Asu out of there before Asu takes the fight to the ground and begins to dominate him in all the transitions and the wrestling. It's really gonna, in my opinion, gonna be a really good striker versus wrestler / grappler fight. Even though I believe that Johnson definitely, I think he's pretty comparable on the ground, but he doesn't necessarily want to step into that world. I'm going to go along with the safe pick on this because generally, how long can you really keep it standing when you're up against these tremendous grapplers and wrestlers? So I'm going to go along with Asu to go ahead and get the win. Next we have Brady Highstand stepping in there with Garrett Armfield. I'm going along with Garrett Armfield on this one. I definitely think he's a tough, hard-nosed fighter. I really liked him when he fought Brad Katona. He got the win there. So I'm going along with Armfield to go out there and get the win. Oh, that's the end of the main card. We're just going to run through these prelims and be done with it. Next we have Tygir Ulanbekov stepping in there with Joshua Van. I'm going along with Tygir to get the win there. I think his wrestling and his top pressure will be able to go out there and get him the win. Next we have Jimmy Flick versus Nate Menez. Even though Jimmy Flick's coming off of a win, I'm going along with Nate Menez there. I think he's going to get the win. Next we have Josh Quinlan stepping in there against Adam Fugit. I'm actually gonna, this might throw everything off. I'm gonna go along with, Adam Fugit is not the best, and neither is Josh Quinlan. I'd say in this, I don't think Adam Fugit's wrestling is good enough to really stifle Josh Quinlan. So I'm gonna go along with Josh Quinlan to get the win. Next we have Carly Justice stepping in there with Gabriela Fernandez. I'm going along with Gabriela Fernandez on this one. Next we have Jekka Sirigay stepping in there with Weston Wilson. I'm going along with Jekka to get the win. Next we have Josephine Knutson stepping in there with Julia Polistari. I'm actually going to go along with Josephine to get the win. Swedish fighter. I'm going to go along with her. I think she'll be able to pull it out on the feet. Then we have Makizel Costa stepping in there with, this is going to be a tough one. Stepping in there with Shyla Land Nerdembeki. I apologize, sir, for messing up your name. I'm going along with Costa either way to get the win. So, that is UFC Vegas 93. I know you can't wait to see it. I know you line it up, you know what I'm saying? I know you got your snacks, your food, your popcorn ready. You done cleared your schedule for this card. This is going to be a big one on Saturday night. Nevertheless, I appreciate you guys for checking out these videos, and I do want to thank you for joining me for another episode of Matter of Fact MMA, and I'll check you next time. Peace.